All right, light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you're new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this is our weekly live stream, broadcast, transmission, where we gather and converse and geek out with like-minded fans of the Halloween movie franchise, talk all things Michael Myers, and go over all the week's news and see what else we can get into. And most of all, it's a conversation. So welcome to it. And to all my returning friends, happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much. If you're here, congratulations. That means you made it through another week. We're back. We made it through another Monday. So that right there is reason to celebrate. And I think you're here for a good one. We got some fun stuff to talk about. Got a little bit of Halloween Ends news we're going to talk about tonight. Some new comments from Mr. Jude Courtney from over the weekend that we're going to go over. Got some Halloween Kills news as awards, nominations, and wins just keep rolling in for HK. And going to kick things off in just a minute. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to kick it off in just a minute with an exclusive convention announcement. But before I get to any of that, I'm just going to stop for a minute. Again, welcome everybody, and I'm going to turn over here and check out the live chat. I see some friends have already started lighting up their pumpkins in the live chat. And again, don't be shy. That's what it's all about here on these Monday night live streams, on any of our live streams really, but especially here on Monday night. We want to hear from you. Feel free to chime in the live chat. And if you happen to be watching this after the fact and we're not live, then we still want to hear from you, and feel free to drop us your thoughts in the comments below. I've already seen quite a few familiar names over here in the live chat tonight. There's Darkman, one of the first people that checked in earlier today, if I remember right. Jem, the Joseph Hopper video vlog guy, is here. What's up, man? Yes, Stranger Things 4 is almost here. Let's see who else is here. Jamie McClendon with some pumpkins. I love it. Ends Updates is here. Young Major has checked in. The Video Shop. Patrick Ring, the great Halloween collector right there. I love seeing Patrick here. Jennifer has checked in. Thank you for being here. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Loves Cats is here. Let's see who else we see in here. The Halloween Ghoul is here. Tim Leal has checked in. I love it. Pete the Geek is here. Phil, of course. Just wouldn't be Michael Myers Monday without my man Phil here. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for hanging out tonight. All right. And to all of you, once again, thank you for checking in. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Like I said, I think we got a pretty fun one tonight. Nothing too headline worthy, but some fun-sized news bites nonetheless that I think you're going to appreciate. Like I said, let's pause right here for the great ProtectSafes.com, who has checked in with a super chat. I love it. $9.99, $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Everybody, a toast and a happy, hearty Michael Myers Monday to ProtectSafes.com. Yes, our supers are enabled. That is there. You are more than welcome. If you got a question, that's certainly one way you're definitely going to get an answer. You're probably going to get an answer either way. But if you want to help us out here at HDN, please, every penny, as you know, makes a big difference, especially after YouTube takes their cut and everything. We've also recently enabled memberships here on the channel. That's a new thing we're doing. We're calling it the Halloween Daily Club. And again, it doesn't change anything that we do here for free. That's all going to continue. Nothing's going to change that. But members, just for $5 a month, they get a few extra perks. Like they're going to see some of our videos a few hours or sometimes a few days before non-members do. They get certain emojis and badges next to their names when they're doing things like these live chats and comments and stuff like that. You can click the join button down below. It's got all the details. No pressure whatsoever. It's just $5 a month if you want to join. And eventually we will do like some live chats and live streams just for members only once we get a big enough community over there. But Every little bit helps, and just you guys being here, hanging out, and participating absolutely helps everything we're doing here at the channel, and we appreciate it. So here's to you guys. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Bloodbath Studio says, "Hey Matt, I just bought Halloween Kills Halligan Bar, and I can't wait to get it in the mail. By the way, love your channel." Well, thank you, first of all. Thank you. I appreciate that love for the channel very much. As you can see, this is not an accident that I'm rocking my HK poster t-shirt tonight. Like I said, we're going to be talking a bit about HK tonight, celebrating these nominations and awards, and talking about that film quite a bit tonight. So that's right on point and right on theme for tonight. Brett Patrick is here. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Johnny Trouble has checked in. Says, rumor has it Michael Myers mask will have the Silver Shamrock mark on it. Explain making him kill all those years. I don't know. I guess I just always kind of assumed that it was manufactured by Silver Shamrock. Even before these films, I just always kind of, of course, Silver Shamrock made that Myers mask, right? Let's see. Hopper says, I got Halloween Kills on DVD, Blu-ray, alternate ending last January. Very cool. Yep. Love Cat says, sorry couldn't make it to the last live stream. Well, hey, that is all good because you are here tonight. And that's all that matters right now, right? So, again, happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to skip the usual show and tell this week. I do want to say what's up to our buddy Adam. He's usually here in the live stream. He's probably going to be tuning in tonight. He did watch last week, and he made some purchases from our store this week. And as promised, I threw in a couple little treats in there in his package. Adam actually purchased our last Halloween 78 Boogeyman mask that we had in stock. Don't worry, we're going to be getting some more 78s. I don't know exactly when right now, though. It's going to be a little while. But we do have plenty of other good stuff like Halloween Kills masks, Halloween 2018 masks, and lots of other good, cool merch related to this franchise and outside this franchise that you can find anytime at our online store, HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. And it looks like the Fright Rags 3 1/4 inch figures that I pre-ordered like a year ago, and a lot of you guys did too. Some of you have already gotten yours. They're shipping right now as soon as I get my hands on mine. We're going to be doing a showcase video and all that stuff, so we'll probably be talking about that here next week. That'll be a fun show and tell at that time. So this week, like I said, I want to get right into a little bit of breaking news, if you will. This is actually an exclusive convention announcement that I'm very excited to be able to make here for you guys, for our live audience, our Michael Myers Monday live audience, exclusively for you guys. Our friends at Haunted Screams Expo are letting us announce their next special guest tonight. And as you might have guessed, it is somebody related to this Halloween movie franchise. So, before I do that, just real quickly, you've heard us talk about Haunted Screams Expo. If you're a subscriber to the channel, which you should be, we've done extensive reports from the convention its first 2 years. This will be its third annual year. It is happening September 17th and 18th in Hampton, Virginia. We are going to be there once again. We've been there since its inception in 2019. They had to take a year off in 2020. Last year was their second year, and we were there once again. It was amazing. And if you want to see some of our highlights, you can just look elsewhere on our HDN channel here on YouTube. We've got a ton of video footage from the makeup contest, costume contests, various panels that were held, and just various walkthrough highlights that you can check out to get a feel for what this convention is all about. It's a great new young horror convention, up and coming, and they've already announced about a dozen special guests for this year's expo. And so now I am very excited to officially reveal the next guest this will be officially announced on their social media sometime tomorrow. But you guys watching tonight, watching Michael Myers Monday Live tonight, get this first. Brad Loree, of course, who played the Shape, Michael Myers, in Halloween Resurrection, is coming to Haunted Screams Expo 2022. It's happening September 17th and 18th in Hampton, Virginia at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. Tickets are on sale right now at hauntedscreams.com. And, Brad Loree, he doesn't do a ton of conventions. He hasn't made a ton of appearances in the recent years. We were lucky enough to meet him at the 45 Years of Terror reunion event in South Pasadena back in 2018. And I was lucky enough to actually get to interview Brad at the 40 Years of Terror event in South Pasadena back in 2018. And I did, just before we went live, think to link that interview down in the description below. So after we're done here, if you're interested, check out my 2018 interview with Brad Loree about the resurrection of Michael Myers, if you will, and taking on this iconic role in this sequel where he worked with Jamie Lee Curtis, worked, of course, with Rick Rosenthal, who also directed Halloween 2, worked with Busta Rhymes, and many up-and-coming future well-known genre stars, including Katie Sackhoff, who, of course, now is part of the Star Wars universe and everything else that she's done since Resurrection, and a lot of other people in that cast as well. So, a really cool announcement that excited to make, and also joining Brad at this event, at this horror convention and Halloween Expo, is going to be Gary Tunnicliffe, who worked on the special effects makeup on the film as well. There's also going to be Ray Wise is among the guests as well, from Twin Peaks and about a million other amazing credits. Andrew Benarski, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre Remake and its prequel. Lots more horror icons have already been announced, and probably more still to come. That, again, is happening this September. We're going to be there, and you'll be able to find out more about it in an article that we're dropping tomorrow morning with this announcement about Brad, as well as the full lineup that has been announced so far and all of the details, which you can find out right now. And you can get your tickets. They're on sale right now, hauntedscreams.com. And if you're a vendor or an artist and you're interested in getting a table, those are on sale right now too. So check that out. And thanks to Latrim to Soul, host of Haunted Screams Expo, and the promoters for letting me make that exclusive announcement for you guys here tonight. And again, not only is Brad going to be there and all these awesome guests, but we're going to be there too. Come on by. We're going to have free Halloween Daily News stickers while they last. And we're going to have our entire inventory of merch, including lots of Myers masks. And I don't know, by that time, by mid-September, I would think it's very likely we are going to have, hopefully, fingers crossed, the new officially licensed Halloween Ends Michael Myers mask in stock, in hand. And if so, we will absolutely have it there at our table at Haunted Screams Expo. So one more reason you're going to want to come by and say hi, and maybe pick yourself up an HN's mask. At the very least, you'll be able to see one up close and check it out. And it's always great. I know some of you guys watching. I know Josh is out there tonight watching. We got to meet him face to face, ghost face to face, so to speak. I should say, ghost face to face, I should say, at Haunted Screams Expo 2021 last year. And at Mad Monster, the upcoming Mad Monster Expo we're going to be at the end of August, and the Scares the Cure Charity Weekend we're going to be at the end of July. All these events, looking forward to connecting with some of you guys that I know here through the channel and through these live chats. So that's going to be a good time. Again, you can find out info about this particular event at hauntedscreams.com, and you can find out about all those events I just mentioned at HalloweenDailyNews.com. All right. Let's talk Halloween Ends. Yes, Josh says, yes, you did. It was awesome. Yes, yes. Byron has checked in. Awesome. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Let's see here. Yes. Halloween Vibes says it's going to be one hell of a expo this year. That's right. Yes. Halloween Vibes was there doing his Ghostface cosplay. Great time. It's going to be a good time. I promise you guys. We're going to be there. We'll probably do some live streaming for those that aren't on the East Coast and can't get to the Haunted Screams Expo. Like we do at all of these events, try to do a little live broadcasting. And of course, in the days after, we're going to be bringing you just unparalleled coverage because we get full access. We get to go where most of the other cameras are not allowed. And looking forward to bringing you guys some of that behind the scenes fun too. So all that's happening later on this summer and into the fall. Ghoul says we need a Ends mask teaser like bad. Cat says, man, I live all the way in Michigan. Yeah, that would be a little hike. Video Shop said the mug isn't in the house. Oh yes, oh yes. Of course, got to have the Michael Myers Monday appropriate mug, right? And it's kind of like my lifetime motto anyway. Every day is Halloween. We are Halloween Daily, so of course. But thank you for noticing, of course. And yes, I'm drinking my usual Michael Myers Monday mango twist. And you don't have to make it a drinking game at home. I just tend to take a sip every time I say Michael Myers Monday. So happy Michael Myers Monday. All right, let's talk HNs, shall we? Let me pull this up for you guys. Excuse me. All right, got a little bit of Halloween Ends news here as Mr. James Jude Courtney was at the Spookalla Horror Convention this past weekend in Ocala, Florida, where he participated in a Q&A panel on Saturday, where he was, of course, inevitably asked about Halloween Ends. And the subject came up like it's going to. I mean, this is how it's going to go for the next 5 months, really. I mean, because James and Nick Castle specifically are both very much out on the convention circuit right now, and conventions are all in full swing right now and will be through Halloween. And you can bet that almost every weekend over the next few weeks, one of these guys, if not both of them, are going to be appearing at one of these cons. And you can bet that every one of these cons are going to put these guys up in a Q&A. And at every one of those Q&As, the subject of Halloween Ends will come up. Now, their responses might not vary a whole lot from convention to convention, especially until some marketing and some imagery actually starts to surface. Even some minor plot details, all of which we still have pretty much none of at this point, which is wild because as of this past weekend, actually as of May 14th, on the day that this particular Q&A took place, we are now less than 5 months until the theatrical release date of Halloween Ends. So, James was at this convention and he participated in a Q&A. Now, we were not there in person, but we do have some coverage, and I want to give these guys some credit. Most of our coverage here comes from this video posted by the channel Inside the Bunker. Check them out. He was in the audience for James's Q&A for most of it. And we got just a little bit more from this video from the, what are they called? From the Don't Go Out There Horror podcast. So shout out to those guys because they provided the videos that we were able to check out from James Jude Courtney's Q&A. And of course, I took some notes. So I'm going to tell you what he said now. Now, speaking first on his favorite scene, the panel moderator asked James Jude Courtney if he has a favorite scene from these 3 films that he has played the Shape in, the David Gordon Green directed trilogy. So of his favorite scene, James says, well, first he said, quote, really for me, all 3 of these movies are one movie. So it's a first, second, and third act. Okay, so he sets that. But then on the favorite scene, he answers, quote, I can't tell you anything about it, but my favorite scene is in Halloween Ends. It's absolutely in Halloween Ends. It's the climax of the trilogy. It's powerful and it's beautiful. End quote. And later on, he adds the following sentence. Quote, when y'all see Ends, you'll know why I say my favorite scene is in Halloween Ends. End quote. And elsewhere in that response, James goes on to say that short of this new favorite scene that we, the audience, have not seen yet, his favorite scene prior to that was the fire massacre of Halloween Kills and working in the real life fire of that scene. But very interesting right there that James Jude Courtney talking about his new favorite scene in Halloween Ends. But that's not all. Later on in the panel, on filming his final scene with Jamie Lee Curtis, their final scene in Halloween Ends, James Jude Courtney says, quote, when we shot the finale with Laurie Strode and The Shape, we walked off to the side to talk about what we were about to do. During that conversation, we both had tears streaming down our cheeks. It was deeply emotional for a multitude of reasons. For her, this is the culmination of 44 years of something she's carried with her for her entire life. So the gravity of that situation played into what you guys will see. I think you'll see why when you see Halloween Ends, why that is my favorite scene. The work that I got to do with this incredible actor, this incredible woman who's carried this amazing character, the depth and gravity of it for both of us was profound, end quote. And James goes on later to again commend Jamie Lee Curtis. He says he calls her an amazing woman and says, quote, "It was such an honor to work with her on every level." So again, James Jude Courtney, just an unbelievable class act as always. So complimentary of this franchise, respectful of this franchise and of its legacy and of his place in it, and of that of Jamie Lee Curtis and her legacy and her place in this franchise, and the fact that they shared that moment together, that emotional moment right before filming their final scene together. Man, it gets me so excited. Now, I don't take the tears streaming down our cheeks to mean anything plot wise before you get carried away with that. I take it simply as the emotion that these two have spent these last 3 to 4 years together, inhabiting these characters in promotional events on the set, and again for Jamie Lee Curtis, 44 years now she has inhabited Laurie Strode and carried all of this with her. James, clearly none of this is lost on him, and so I just love those comments from him about those final moments of working with Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween Ends. And our buddy James also teases something else very exciting at the end of this Q&A. When asked about upcoming projects beyond Halloween Ends, and in fact beyond Michael Myers, this is what James Jude Courtney said. Quote, "I can't yet reveal what I've got going on, but there's another horror film which is the start of another franchise that I will be starring in. I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. There's also a television show that thematically has everything to do with horror, which I'll be doing, and I can't talk about that yet. It's some pretty cool stuff. I'm really super stoked," end quote. All right, so let me know what you guys think about all of those comments from Mr. James Jude Courtney himself. Just this past weekend, that Q&A took place on Saturday, May 14th at, again, the Spookala Horror Convention in Ocala, Florida. I'm very curious about what he's talking about as far as these projects upcoming. Um, Very excited and curious about that. Another horror franchise. It sounds like a new franchise, possibly, that he's going to be a part of launching, maybe. Very exciting news there. Just got my mind going about what that could possibly be, and then what TV series he might be talking about. I mean, there's a lot of TV series. Maybe it's something established like in American Horror Stories where he's going to be a part of that. I could see that being something, or it might be one of these many Netflix series with a horror edge, or from many of these other streaming networks. But very curious about all that. But you guys let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Protect Safe says, "When and where has it been too loud in this house?" Yeah, the convention is Hampton, Virginia, is where it's at. In the Tidewater, Virginia area, near Norfolk, Virginia Beach, that whole area. Yes, that is very cool to hear. Andromeda says he would actually make a great Dr. Loomis. James as a Dr. Loomis, that would be some pretty wild casting. But I think James is talented enough; he could probably pull it off. I do. Loves cats. Also loves Jimmy Lee Curtis. Who's Jimmy Lee Curtis? Excuse me. No, I'm just fucking with you. Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes. Well, who doesn't? I mean, you gotta love Jamie Lee Curtis, right? She is a badass, and James says that in that panel as well. I'll link those panels down in the description of this afterwards too, and you can check out those videos where I got those quotes from. Um, Patrick is very curious what horror franchise he will be in as well. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know, judging from that comment, if he is referring to a new project that they are hoping is going to kickstart a franchise, or if it's an established franchise where he's going to be a part of. But either way, very curious. And when I have my next conversation with James Jude Courtney, fingers crossed, knock on wood. No, when we do talk again, I might have to pick his brain about that. Yeah, Vibe says, I think the whole tears down the face part of the conversation would indicate maybe a bittersweet farewell. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm not reading too much into that plot wise. I mean, I know some people will read into those exact words and, oh, they're both crying and that means this and that. And I'm not, yeah, it's a bittersweet farewell for the two of them because they've been working together. And for Jamie, this is a big deal. And, you know, I think it's not lost on her, and it's definitely not lost on James. I know it's not. I've talked to him both on the record and off the record, and I know none of this is lost on him for sure. Brett asks if the film might be The Exorcist. You know, I did think about that. I did think about that because David Gordon Green is, of course, going to make now 3 new Exorcist movies. Um, the joke is it's going to be The Exorcist, The Exorcist Kills, The Exorcist Sins. It won't really be that, but no, he is making reportedly 3 Exorcist movies now, and so the thought did cross my mind that yes, James Jude Courtney is kind of part of this David Gordon Green filmmaking family now. And if you've watched any of my interviews with some of these other young talents that have worked with David Gordon Green on previous projects and how he likes to bring a lot of the same people in and out of his projects, that did cross my mind as well. So thank you for mentioning that, Brett. Because that did cross my mind as well. And that's a very good suggestion and an idea that it could be. I don't know. Of course, as we're speaking that, I'm picturing James actually in the role of the Exorcist from the original film, like the guy, Father Merrin. That would be badass, right? That would be so badass to have our Michael Myers show up as the Exorcist and David Gordon Green's The Exorcist. Oh, I just got chills. There you go. There's some food for conversation. There you go. All right. Let's talk about Halloween Kills now, shall we? Halloween Kills. Again, I know there's plenty of people out there that, have plenty of issues with the film and whatever. I'm not here to talk about that. As you guys know, I love it. Plenty of us love it. And tonight we are celebrating the fact that the film has won 2 more awards, been nominated for 2 more awards. This comes after last week when we talked about John Carpenter winning his award for from the Association of Music Authors and Publishers, and the ASCAP Award that he received for the Halloween Kills soundtrack. And we talked about that last week. Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg now, isn't it? You'll remember a few weeks ago we talked about the fact that Halloween Kills. You'll remember a few weeks ago we talked about Halloween Kills being nominated for some Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. Now, this is Fangoria's annual awards show. They've been doing it for decades, actually, and last year, for the first time, it was premiered on Shudder, and this year it premiered on Shudder again, actually this past Sunday night. And we've got a full list of all of the winners right now that you can find at HalloweenDailyNews.com. But among those winners is Halloween Kills, where 2 of our favorite people involved in this franchise took home their awards thanks to the votes that they got from us. So in other words, we did it, you guys. We did it. We made this happen. So keep that in mind with the next story I'm going to talk about. So the Fangoria 2022 Chainsaw Awards took place. Well, it was pre-recorded, but it premiered on Shudder on Sunday, May 15th. And we were super excited to see Christopher Nelson and his makeup effects team win the award for Best Makeup Effects for his work in Halloween Kills. Christopher Nelson wins Best Makeup Effects for Halloween Kills. And today, and earlier today, Christopher then took to Instagram to show off his actual Chainsaw Award trophy here on Instagram. And he says, quote, "A sincere and heartfelt thank you to Fangoria and to its readers. This is voted by you, as well as to all the wonderful Halloween fans of the world. Horror genre fans are the best. I'm truly thankful and lucky. Of course, I share this equally with Vincent Van Dyke and all the talented artists there," meaning at Vincent Van Dyke's effects shop. "We wouldn't have this without you. Huge thanks to David Gordon Green, Jamie Lee Curtis, Roughhouse Pictures, Ryan Turek, Jude Courtney, Michael Simmons, cinematographer, Trancus, Ryan Freeman, Mark Ross, the cast and crew, Miramax, and Universal." End quote. And John Carpenter, along with his bandmates Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies, won the award for Best Score for their amazing soundtrack to Halloween Kills. I gotta say, I think this is so well deserved. Of course, I voted for Christopher and for John. That goes without saying, I think, if you're watching this. But as I said previously when we talked about these nominations, I don't think fans, while some fans are divided on certain aspects of Halloween Kills, to say the least, I don't think many fans are divided when it comes to the soundtrack and to Christopher Nelson and his team's work on this film. So huge congrats to those guys. So far, Carpenter has not released a statement about the award on Instagram, but he did retweet a one of his bandmates' responses to it, and we'll look at that. Yeah, so Carpenter has not posted a statement himself, but he did retweet this acknowledgement from his bandmate Daniel Davies on Twitter, where Daniel says simply, "Thanks to Fangoria for our chainsaw for our chainsaw award." Now again, this to me is great because Fangoria is basically horror's Bible, right? We all grew up with it. And the Chainsaw Awards is as close as horror gets to our genre Oscars right now. So I'm really glad to see those guys recognized. Um, Again, you can see a full list of all of the 2022 Chainsaw Awards winners right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com. I'll put the link down in the description of this video as well. And like I said, you can't really argue with soundtrack and the makeup effects of Halloween Kills. Say what you want, but those aspects are solid. Now, this brings us to the MTV Movie Awards, because since our last live show last Monday, nominations for the 2022 MTV Movie Awards came out last week. And among those are James Jude Courtney, nominated in the Best Villain category, and Kyle Richards, nominated in the Most Frightened Performance category. Now, before you get all, "Oh, it's MTV, who cares about MTV?" Look, here's why we care about MTV, because this is recognition, not just for this genre, but for this franchise, okay? This is a chance, because this is, again, like the Chainsaw Awards, voted on by fans. Now, yes, the MTV audience might not be voting for this movie, but that's why you and I can do something about that. We've got just a couple days. As we're recording this on Monday night, we've got about 48 hours to vote. So, share the links, spread the word, vote for James and Kyle, and let's send Michael Myers and Lindsay Wallace to the MTV Movie Awards. How badass would this be, guys? For real. I mean, so here's the deal. Let's go over there now. Now, the MTV Movie Awards, how they do things is pretty ridiculous, because they've got films that were released in 2021, like Halloween Kills and The Lost City, competing against films that were released earlier this year in 2022, like The Batman, and even more recent films like X. It's completely ridiculous. But we're going to ignore all of that right now, because all that matters to you and me is that James Jude Courtney is nominated in the Best Villain category. Now, he's up against Colin Farrell in The Batman. Now, I love The Batman, but for real, MTV, if you're going to nominate a villain from The Batman,
Colin Farrell did great as the Penguin, but the villain of the movie is the Riddler. Get it right. Daniel Radcliffe for The Lost City. Victoria Pedretti for You. And Willem Dafoe for reprising his role as Green Goblin in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, James Jude Courtney, in that Q&A that he did over the weekend at Spookala, he talked about this nomination and how honored he is to be in the company of Daniel Radcliffe and Willem Dafoe, performers that he clearly respects and is well aware of their work. And he is very honored and touched by this nomination. And James posted about this nomination on his Instagram account. Just a few days ago, he said, quote, "Hey guys, I just found out that I've been nominated for Best Villain in the MTV Movie and TV Awards. I am truly honored and humbled to even be mentioned alongside these other incredible actors. You can vote up to 20 times per day now through May 18th. The winners will be announced on Sunday, June 5th. Thank you guys for being the best fans," end quote. And then the following day, James posted again about the nomination. He said this time, quote, "Still in shock that I've been nominated for Best Villain at the MTV Movie and TV Awards. Thank you guys for getting me here and for being the best fans ever," end quote. And Kyle Richards is nominated in the Most Frightened Performance category for reprising her role from John Carpenter's original 1978 Halloween as Lindsay Wallace, once again in Halloween Kills. Now, I got to say, she is facing some stiff competition from Jenna Ortega in Scream, Millicent Simmons in A Quiet Place Part 2, Sadie Sink in Fear Street Part 2, 1978, and Mia Goth in X. And like I said, it's completely ridiculous when we've got films like X and Scream that were released in 2022 competing against films like HK and A Quiet Place Part 2 and Fear Street, which were all released in 2021. But this is the MTV Movie Awards. That's how they do it here. We're just going to roll with it. And the point is, go to vote.mtv.com right now. Vote for Kyle Richards. And vote for James Jude Courtney. You can vote up to 20 times a day. And there's actually ways that you can register under different emails and vote more often than that if you really want to get into that. I'm not telling you to do that, but if you want to go that far, you're more than welcome to. So again, I just think this is a rare opportunity to show the MTV audience how powerful and vital we, as horror fans, as Michael Myers fans, are. So, let's make this happen, people. Get out there and vote and share other like-minded people. Even if HK isn't your favorite Michael Myers movie of all time, come on. let's get it on the stage. Let's send James and Kyle to the podium. Right? You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments, in the live chat. But I think it's pretty awesome that these two are being recognized, honestly. Like I said, you can vote now through Wednesday, May 18th at vote.mtv.com. And voting ends on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, guys. So that's 3 p.m. out there on the West Coast. It's ending. Get your votes in. Let's send James and Kyle, Michael Myers, and Lindsay Wallace to the MTV Movie and TV Awards, to the 2022 MTV Movie and TV Awards. Which are happening on Sunday, June 5th on MTV. All right, so let's check in with the live chat and see what you guys are feeling about these nominations. First of all, the Fangoria wins. Again, I mean, I think well-deserved, absolutely well-deserved. I'm so happy about that recognition. And thrilled just to see James and Kyle nominated. Like they always say, hey, it's an honor just to be nominated. And honestly, yeah, that's great. It's funny because this is not the first time that this franchise has been nominated at the MTV Movie and TV Awards. In fact, back in 2019, our friend Ryan Reese was nominated in the same category as Kyle, the Most Frightened Performance category, just like Kyle Richards is this year. And that brings me to this awesome story brought to our attention today. Breaking news today, earlier today, that our friend Ryan Reese from Halloween 2018 has joined the cast of director Zack Snyder's Netflix sci-fi epic Rebel Moon. And as you can see, she is joining an all-star cast. Everything Zack Snyder does is huge and epic. And really just excited to see this. And then you can see in this article on Deadline that Ryan is also going to soon be seen this summer in Jordan Peele's highly anticipated horror event, Nope, as well as Damien Chazelle's period Hollywood film Babylon. So I'm really happy to see Ryan taking on some of these really exciting, high-profile projects, and very excited to see her in Nope and this new Zack Snyder film. I love that she is keeping it all in the genre, it looks like. I did link our 2018 interview with Ryan Reese down in the description of this video before we started tonight. I urge you to check that out if you haven't already. Rian was really amazing when we met her again at the 40 Years of Terror reunion event in 2018. It was just a few days before Halloween 2018 opened out there in South Pasadena, California. A lot of you guys were there. Some of our friends that we know here through YouTube. Some of you we've connected with out there. And those of you that were there know it was just an insanely awesome, magical time. Rian and James were there. It was actually both of their first ever convention appearance. Speaking of convention appearances, and she was kind enough to give me a quick little brief interview while we were there at the event. And you can read that interview anytime at HalloweenDailyNews.com. But I did put the link to that in the description of this video. All right, let's check in with the chat room for a minute. Phil says, love the shirt. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Fright rags all the way on this one. Jennifer says, speaking about James, very excited for him being nominated for Best Villain at the MTV Movie and TV Awards. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And let's make it happen. I'm excited too. Michael Myers needs to be Best Villain. And I mean, honestly, the people he's nominated against, they're not even in the same league. I mean, come on. I mean, admittedly, I think I've only, the only other movie in that category I've seen is the Batman, I think. But they didn't even get the villain right in that. I mean, anyway. Yeah, let's make that happen. Vibe says, definitely voting for Michael Myers. Hell yes. Ghostface Fanatics says, can't wait until it ends in October. That's right. Vibe says, will James be in costume if Michael wins? I'm not sure the question. Oh, will he be in costume? I see what you mean. On stage to accept. Will he accept in costume if he wins? No, I imagine James will not do that because James is, he has far more respect and reverence for the character and his performance and all. He's not going to just put that mask on. No, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that James would want to accept that as James, and have that moment himself, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? Rightfully so. I think Nick Castle even tweeted out there just to try to boost the signal a little bit. So I'm going to be posting about that a lot in the next 48 hours. Less than 48 hours now, about 36 hours we got to make it happen. So let's try to make it happen for them. Andromeda says, saw on Facebook today that Stu is going to be in Scream 6. Didn't recognize the source, though. Yeah, I mean, I've seen all those rumors, but I really don't think so. And kind of hope not at this point. I mean, it's kind of, I just don't think so. Ghostface says, Michael Myers is gonna and should win. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Totally. All right. All right. It is time for some Triple M shoutouts. This is what we do every week. As you know, we started this hashtag Michael Myers Monday way back in 2013 on all the socials. It was just an idea to celebrate our favorite horror icon and on another level, make Mondays a little less terrible, suck a little less, you know what I mean? Make them a little more killer. And like anything, it's taken on a life of its own, and every week there's tons and tons of posts and memes and GIFs and all kinds of stuff. And so every week here during our live show, I try to just highlight just a couple of them, give a couple shout outs to a couple people that use the Michael Myers Monday hashtag. And it's by far not all or the best or anything like that, but it's just a couple fun ones that we pick out. But I urge you to use the hashtag and tag us, and I'll do my best. We retweet and repost and sharing our stories on IG a ton and, every week. And we're going to keep doing that. So keep that up. So let's get into some shout outs real quick. All right, starting out over here on Twitter. This is from Annie Brackett 78, part of the Halloween verse. If you don't know, the Halloween verse is a massively expansive parody universe featuring every character you could ever imagine, as well as many that you've forgotten or didn't even know about and couldn't imagine that anybody else might create a parody account for. They're all represented within the Halloween verse. Follow them all, look them up. They're all over the place. We, as our Halloween Daily account, we try to follow as many as we can. This is Annie Brackett, 78, with a typical Annie Brackett tweet. She says, "There's Devin Graham again. He drives by us every day. You know, Lori, you should ask him out." Hashtag Michael Myers Monday. All right, we got another one from Twitter. This is from Beth Manji. And again, an oldie but a goodie. How Monday creeps up on you every weekend. And this is what I mean. How people have just taken the Michael Myers Monday to mean whatever they need it to mean to get them through their Monday. And sometimes Monday is like Michael creeping up on you. But you know what? Sometimes people use Michael Myers Monday as motivation too. Sometimes you could be like Michael, attacking Monday in the week ahead. One more tonight from Twitter. This is from Blackwood Artworks. They say Happy Michael Myers Monday, everyone, with their own parody. We all know the 40-year-old virgin. Well, poor Michael. Unfortunately, apparently he is the 60-year-old virgin. I mean, hey, I think it speaks for itself. Moving over to Instagram real quick. I love this cosplay posted today by Zozoa's Spy Girl. She says, "You know what? I have a message for your dad. Tell him that Angel says, fuck you!" Awesome. I think Scout Taylor Compton would be proud of this. This, of course, Laurie Strode from the end of Rob Zombie's 2009 Halloween 2. Speaking of the Rob Zombie films, Dave Farrick, who played young Michael Myers in the 07 Halloween remake, always throwing some Michael Myers Monday love out pretty much every week. You gotta love it. Follow him on his socials. Check out his music if you're into hip hop. Today, among his posts, he shared this one of from this memorable scene in Smith's Grove Sanitarium with the great Malcolm McDowell. And Dave says, quote, "Fun fact for y'all this Michael Myers Monday, this whole scene was improvised. Rob pointed the camera and wanted Malcolm and I to just do our thing." End quote. That was a great scene. And what we have here is the great Tyler Mane. And I'm going to let you hear what he's saying here because Tyler is just great when it comes to every Monday. He is always posting content every week, every Michael Myers Monday. He rarely forgets. He rarely ever forgets. And today, not only did he post, but he posted a special video to all of us on this Michael Myers Monday. So check out this Instagram Michael Myers Monday post from Tyler Mane.
Everybody asks me what I have that's really cool from the Halloweens. Well, one of my favorite things is this beautiful maquette that Wayne Toth did to show what the Escape Asylum outfit would look like. This is just one of my favorite pieces, and you can see the detail all the way down to the grimy toes. So, happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Thank you, Wayne Toth. I'm going to put this back in my office.
So how cool is that, right? Tyler Mane celebrating Michael Myers Monday, showing off one of his own collectibles. I mean, I don't even know if we could call that a collectible. Made by Wayne Toth, Rob's FX designer, for purposes of illustrating how Michael was going to look in his escape from Smith's Grove. So it's not like it's a piece of his collection that any of us could ever conceivably get our hands on. It is truly a one-of-a-kind piece. So for my fellow collectors out there in the audience, especially my collectible Myers figure collectors, this is pretty amazing, to say the least. Phil says he wish he could join us one Monday. You mean Tyler? Hey, well, you never know. We do have some special surprise guests drop into the live chat every now and then some weeks, as you guys know. Sometimes it's an Oscar winner, you know. As I've said before, we will get back to having some guests here during our live streams from time to time. We did that with Carmela last October on the first Monday after HK was released, and it was awesome and one of our best lives ever. Just one of my favorites because we were just all so geeked up, and she was, and we were. It was just an awesome night. It was so much fun. So that is our news for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a little bit of info that maybe you haven't heard from every other talking head here on YouTube talking about this stuff. Hopefully, I made it a slightly bit more entertaining for you and brought you something that you hadn't heard yet, I hope. And if you have heard it all before, then at least maybe you got some good conversation out of it. If not with me, then at least with our friends here in the live chat. So I can't thank you all enough for being here. As always, I wouldn't be here if you guys weren't. And we're in it, guys. Needless to say, less than 5 months to go to the release of Halloween Ends. Marketing is going to ramp up anytime now. I've told you my best guess to when we're going to get a trailer. I've told you my best guess is to when we're going to get a first look image and or poster. I'm not going to go over that again tonight. You guys know everything is more or less imminent. It's going to start kicking off very soon. And it's going to be exciting. And we're going to have a lot to talk about as it goes. And that's just with the movie. That's not even talking about the various merch tie-ins that are going to be coming and all of that. So, Lots to talk about, lots to look forward to, and it's all going to be happening pretty quick. I mean, 5 months is going to fly by, especially when it's going to be this exciting and this fun for all of us. So it's going to be here before we know it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our live streams, because while we do these Monday nights regularly every week, there will be other live streams. Sometimes there won't be a lot of notice, especially if it's breaking news. You know, we are the CNN of Halloween. So when there's breaking Halloween news, whether it is this franchise or outside of this franchise, we're going to interrupt regularly scheduled programming and go live. So you can look forward to that when there's trailer drops and stuff like that. Big Halloween news, and there's going to be a lot of it because 'tis the season, right? So turn on the notifications. Again, think about joining the Halloween Daily Club. Hit the join button, Hit the join button down below. It's just $5 a month. Bunch of cool perks. And follow us, Follow us on all the socials. You know, the IGs, the FBs, the tweets, the TikToks, Snapchats, all that good stuff. And look for updates in our community tab. I'm trying to do that a little more regular, including some articles that aren't always going to have a video component here on YouTube that are just website exclusives every now and then. I'm going to share those here on YouTube for you guys in the community tab as well. So you can look for all that on there. Again, next week, I anticipate we will be back here, same Hallow time, same Hallow channel, and we will be talking more about Halloween Ends. What kind of updates we might have between now and then remains to be seen. But whatever it is, we're going to be here to cover it. Again, reminder, come out and see us at Haunted Screams Expo 2022 this September. We're also going to be at, the next convention we're going to be at will be the Scares That Care Charity Weekend in Williamsburg, Virginia. That is happening the last weekend of July. Then after that, 1 month later, the last weekend in August, we are going to be back in Concord, North Carolina for the Mad Monster Expo with the great Dick Warlock among the guests already announced for that one. By the way, Danielle, Harris, Dee Wallace, Henry Thomas, they're just among some of the guests that are announced at Scares That Care Charity Weekend. As far as this franchise, of course, Danielle is franchise royalty. She'll be there. Of course, Dee Wallace played Scout's Laurie's mom in Rob's film. So definitely some franchise representation there at Scares That Care as well. And outside the franchise, I mean, they've got an insanely great lineup for that one. And that one's a charity event too. So it's the feel-good event of the year for sure. Mad Monster, again, it's just like their annual horror convention, but with a little more emphasis on Halloween and haunts. Last year they had an insane dark room of animatronics. It was awesome. And like I said, Dick Warlock. Need I say more? Yeah, you want to be there for that one. And we're going to wrap it all up right before going into October with the Haunted Screams Expo, September 17th and 18th, 2022. That one, once again, is in Hampton, Virginia. So that's all of our tour dates, so to speak, coming up right now. There might be some more added in there, so look for that. Also excited because we're going to be doing some haunt coverage this year. Might have saw we broke a little news on Friday the 13th when we were up at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. We're going to be hitting their Halloween haunt for the first time this fall. Look forward to bringing you guys all kinds of footage from that. It's going to be a good time. So, again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right, I'm going to turn over here into the live chat one more time before signing off tonight. Jennifer's laughing about the 60-year-old virgin. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty good. I got to admit. Young says, once again, Matt, another dope live. Never quit being great at what you do. Happy Triple M, by the way. Can't wait for the live you do when HN's trailer drop. It's going to be crazy. Thank you very much. Those words mean everything. And yes, whenever the HN's trailer drops, we will plan to do a live breakdown and discussion that night right here on the channel. And it might be a late night thing like this at 10:31, but it will very possibly be earlier in the evening. And that's going to be a thing where you're just going to have to kind of watch, because it's going to drop. We might get warning, we might not, but when it does, yes, we will absolutely go live. The only way that wouldn't happen is if for some reason I'm on the road that night or something weird that we're out of town. But even then, I would probably figure out a way to make it happen from a hotel room or something if I have to. Because, we got to experience that together like we did HK last year. And it was magical and awesome. So thank you for those words, Young Major. And, I look forward to that too. Protect Safe says, I hear a nurse in the hospital before he escaped has something to say about that. Nice. Andromeda says, long live Michael. Yes, yes. Ghostface says, Michael Myers lives. Hashtag Michael Myers lives. I like that. That's a good hashtag. Let's start using that one too. But always use the Michael Myers Monday hashtag on Mondays. Let's keep getting it trending more and more as we get closer to this film's release. And I'll say it again. I know I'm preaching to the choir to you guys, I think. But you never know who might be out there watching. Enjoy this time. This is the best time ever to be a fan of this franchise. A lot of people like to hate on this, hate on that, and look, man, save that shit for some other time. This is a fun time to be a fan of this franchise. We've waited a long time for a new movie. We got 3 of them. We're right in the closing moments of our finale chapter here. Let's just enjoy this anticipation. Enjoy these next 5 months, really 4.5 months now. It's going to be right on top of us. Let's just soak it all in and be positive about it to an extent. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean, guys? Come on. I think you hear what I'm saying. Anyway, it is midnight on the dot. Happy Terrifier Tuesday. Happy Trick or Treat Tuesday, for that matter. And but it is always Michael Myers Monday, just like it's always Halloween here. So happy Michael Myers Monday, guys. Ghostface Fanatic stepping in with the midnight super chat. Everybody, a pause and a toast to Ghostface Fanatic. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. You rock. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Ghostface says, I think Laurie will die and Michael will live and Halloween ends. What's your thoughts on that? My thoughts on that are that's entirely possible. Yeah, I mean, I think that's possible. I've said before, my perfect ending for it, if you're asking me, the best way to end it. I mean, Laurie, alive or dead, whatever that climax comes to, but Michael needs to still be out there. You know what I mean? I want it to end with that unsettling feeling that John Carpenter's original ended with, where like nothing is quite settled, and he's gone. And where is he? He might be over there in the shadows. He might not. I hope it leaves us on that unsettling note somehow. But what you're saying is very possible. Is that enough thoughts for tonight? Thank you so much for that super chat. Very much. Appreciate it. Kat says, I do not want Halloween to end. I want this to live on forever. Well, again, we've said before, it's going to end, but it's never going to, let's keep in mind, this is the world of Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And then Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. And then, Freddy's dead. So, yes, this is an end, but it's not the end. This is an end. You know what I mean? An ending. But we all know, and the producers have acknowledged as much, that there will be more projects, more movies down the road, maybe other projects down the road. Michael Myers will live on the same way that Dracula and Frankenstein and Batman, they all live on in different incarnations from different imaginative minds and creators. Michael Myers, and for that matter, Laurie Strode, they're going to live on in that way. I think we're going to see more Michael Myers for a while than Laurie Strode. I do think it's the end of Jamie Lee Curtis's involvement this time. I think we talked last week about how she was not happy with Resurrection or how they were going to retcon the ending of H2O with Resurrection, and that's why she came back and wanted to end Laurie kind of on her terms somewhat in that. I think this will be cathartic to her, and I think that's part of what that bittersweet ending with her and James was about, those tears streaming down their cheeks that he's talking about. I think a bit of that is she's being able to end it in her own way, in a sense. What that means for the story as far as who lives, who dies. Look, I'm along for the ride, guys. I'm along for the ride. And honestly, I don't think, Laurie living, dying, Michael living, dying, quote unquote, is going to be a make or break for me in this movie. To me, any of those scenarios could work if handled right. And I don't even know what right is to tell you, other than I'll know it when I see it, and it'll feel right or it won't. And you guys know what I mean. It's not like, again, it's not like we haven't seen Laurie Strode die before. It's not like we haven't seen Michael Myers die before. These are, this has happened before on screen and off. So, as far as what happens in this movie, yeah, it's as long as it's handled well, I'll be happy. And for now, I'm along for the ride. Sign me up. I got my ticket already. I'm as good as got it. Jamie Lee Curtis is the best actress I ever saw. She's awesome. Yeah. Ghostface says, I think the title is Halloween Ends because it's the end of Laurie Strode and Michael's story. Yeah, the Laurie and Michael story. And again, ends could mean even different things. Maybe it's life endings, various ends of life, various ends of relationships. I don't know. All right. Once again, thanks to our super chatters. Thanks to our channel members, the Halloween Daily Club. All of you guys rule. Thanks to everybody that tuned in and hung out with me tonight. This has been a blast, as always. Subscribe to the channel. Look for the next live next Monday night. If not sooner, you never know. You might just see me pop on here sooner. You're definitely going to see new videos sooner. I mean, you know how it goes. These lives, portion of these lives are recut and then re-released in a shorter format throughout the week. That's going to happen. And then any breaking news throughout the week, we're going to have new video updates daily on that stuff, just like we do on the website, HalloweenDailyNews.com, where you can always find out more about everything we talk about here. I'd love to hear from you guys. Love the interaction. That's what these lives are all about. So if you missed out on the live chat, or if I didn't see it, or I didn't get to it tonight, drop it in a comment below, or even just send us an email. You can fill out the contact page on our website. There's a contact page, HalloweenDailyNews.com. Just hit the contact. You can reach us there. You can drop a comment on any of our videos. I'm gonna see that, and I can respond to you that way. And I look forward to hearing from you. Follow us on the socials, like I said. You can reach out to us that way. And just drop a pumpkin down in the comments too. That's another thing. I'm always saying that. Just try to get more reactions down in the comments because YouTube likes that stuff for their algorithms. You guys know how it works. So even if you ain't got a question or you don't even got a comment, I don't know what to say. I'm shy. Just a pumpkin. We get it. That's like a thumbs up. Or 2 pumpkins, or a pumpkin and a flame, whatever you want to do. If you don't like the emojis, just be like a cool. That works too. But all right, guys, I'm getting delirious because I've been talking too long. It's after midnight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. This has been a blast. I'm getting out of here. I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you guys for watching, and happy Michael Myers Monday!